Greetings from Florida. Here we're working on a 2004 to 2010 BMW X3. This is the right front, the passenger front, the clips at double speed. Save you some time. We have to take off the that wood grain plate. Be very careful. If it's been in the sun for a while, it's going to be very brittle. So pull it off as slowly and as carefully as you can. They crack quite easily. Behind that, there's two 30 Torx bolts. One at the top and one in the middle, if I'm not mistaken. All right there. Might need a magnet, might be helpful. I need an extension right now on this to reach inside that one. Bosch tools, they're the best. Magnet. And then we've got where the airbag indicator is, the cover, there's a bolt behind that. And I think there's one behind the chrome pull handle, but I could be wrong. Oh no, there's one down below, that right down here. Yep. If you're hearing a crunching, grinding sound, that's your regulator. The motors don't generally go on these. After that, you're going to pull the panel out. You're going to need to take off the airbag. Two ways to do it. You can unplug the airbag, but you'll need an airbag sensor module. They're about 20 bucks on eBay or Amazon to reset it. The easier way to do it is just to unscrew the three nuts that hold the airbag on and just let it dangle. That'll be fine. What size were those? I want to say 8mm, 8 or 9mm. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. There's a cable that goes to the handle that you're going to pull off quite easily. You're going to unplug the switch. By the way, I pulled out some of the video. The map pocket, you see it on the bottom right, had separated from the door panel. It's kind of common on BMWs, all BMWs. So I just took out the part where I glued it back in. It took a couple minutes, but you didn't need to see it. If you have that problem, if the map pocket comes off, 3M structural adhesive or super glue. Yep, there we go. So I'm just taking off the three nuts that hold the airbag to the door panel. The airbag doesn't go to the door itself, it's attached to the panel. And again, you can let it dangle, it won't do any harm. If you want to unplug it, but like I said, you'll need a reset tool to reset your airbag light. There it is. And those three, you see those three silver posts, that's where the nuts go. And you see the cable, and this is the part coming up right here where I'm going to cut something out of this. Hang on. I'm back. Yeah, I cut out the part where I glued the map pocket on. You don't have to be too gentle. This is just a moisture barrier that prevents condensation from coming towards the door panel from inside the car. You can cut it open if you want to. It doesn't serve that much purpose. It's more than just plastic though. It's a little bit of sound baffling. So you might want to put it back when you're done. If you find this video helpful, do me a favor, like L-I-K-E, like the video. That'll help other people such as yourself find it on YouTube. If you don't want to do this yourself, and you may not, and you're in Tampa Bay or Sarasota, you can call Power Up Auto. We'd be glad to do it for you. As far as getting the regulator out, pretty easy, just 5 10 millimeter nuts. First we're going to take the motor off, 3 Torx 30 bolts. That'll make this whole process much easier. Changing the regulator is not that hard. Getting the glass off the regulator, that's a little bit of work. There's holes in the glass, and there's plastic clips on the regulator that go into these holes. Oh, I unplugged the latch, the door lock actuator mechanism, so I could just put the cable, the wire around it. Remember to plug it back in. Pretty sure those are Torx 30s. And you can see, oh, you gotta unplug that, and then there's a prong that attaches the wire. You can cut, if you can't get the window down, you can cut the cables. Don't cut any electrical wires, but you can certainly cut the cables with a pair of linesman's pliers. Makes it easier to get it up and down because you're replacing the whole regulator anyway. If you have any questions, ask right here on YouTube. I'll be glad to answer them within a day or so. Yeah, I'm trying to pull out the gear inside the regulator. It just won't release easily enough for me to get the glass down. And you do have to get the glass down to get those plastic clips off the glass so you can change the regulator out. Sometimes finesse, sometimes brute strength. So now we can pull the glass down. And this you might not be able to see, and I apologize, but you should be able to see it once you take your door panel off. There's white plastic clips that are attached to the glass. There's a hole in the glass. So you're going to put an awl or a flathead screwdriver through the glass and tap out those plastic brackets that hold it on. And if you're careful, you're not going to break the glass. I mean, it's a little unnerving if you haven't done it before, but it's not a big deal. You can also pull on the back of the clip as well. By the way, a little WD-40 on the channels up and down is a good idea for any car, all your windows, all your cars. You don't have to soak it, just give it a light spray, especially when you're changing out the regulator. So I got that off. I'm taking out the 5 10 millimeter nuts. One under there, one under there. Regulator should come out fairly easy. Oh, you know what? I may have had to move the glass out to get it out. I can't remember. No, I guess this one came out okay. And there's that little nub that's attached to the wire that goes onto the regulator. Just reaching in and getting all the small side pieces out. If you don't need to unplug the motor, don't. Sometimes you got to reset it at that point, but grab the new one. Make sure you have the correct one, probably before you get started taking everything out. I think I did. I think I verified it first. You don't want to get the whole thing out and find out you get the wrong side. That one was a bit of a challenge. So, very, very careful when you do this, but you can do it. I tilted the glass up to get better access. And maybe I took the glass out. Let's see. Also, another unpaid plug, Harbor Freight Tools for those $3 suction cups. Great place to go. Harbor Freight's a great company. I know everything's made in China, but they're a good company. Again, 5-10 millimeter nuts. And before you put the glass down into the clips, you're going to want to put, if I'm not mistaken, put the motor onto the regulator, because otherwise the clip's just going to fall away the bottom. And then you're going to want to do a little bit of WD-40 on the clips themselves. Makes it easier for the glass to slide into them. Now this is a bit challenging. You got to get the glass into those clips, so you can try to slam it into it. You can push it into it. There's no easy way about this. And this was an aftermarket part. The BMW parts, a little bit easier, but they're much more expensive. So now I'm just plugging it in so I can pull the glass up and the regulator up and down a little bit, just to get it to the point where I want. As you can see, it did not want to cooperate. Let's try that out. Looks like I got it. So now we're going to put everything back together. One note about the door panel. This doesn't lift up. See those clips at the very top under where the belt molding is? There's 4 of them, I think, black clips. The panel pulls out. So don't, with a lot of cars you would be lifting it up at that point. Don't. You're going to pull it straight out. And if any of the door clips come off, you'll want to glue them back onto the door, onto the panel. And I think I've showed you everything in my repertoire, so you should be able to watch the rest of this yourself. And if you have any questions, please ask. If you like the video, like the video. And thank you for watching, and have a great week.